going to start it off in the bottom left-hand corner of the map with the red Protoss player. This is herO. He takes on, in the top right corner of the map, the blue Terran player, ByuN. So again, one of this best of 3. What's up, Lex? 470 coming in with the 26-month resub on that Prime sub as well. Thank you so much. Appreciate it so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. For supporting. Well, it's already proxy time from herO, so he's going to start our series off quite aggressively. Down to the bottom. Gets himself into position. It's just going to be seeing cheeky little gateway over here from herO, and we'll see how that nets him. Didn't see the series that these guys played in the didn't see the series that these two played in the winner bracket of the tournament, so not sure what they kind of did to each other there or how that went down or anything, so it'll be interesting to see how this does play now. Let's have ourselves the probe taking a couple more shots. Zealot coming through. And yeah, the Cybercore starts up as well. ByuN, no scouts, so he's not aware of the proxies, so he is playing blind and hoping that this blind play will not net him too much of a disadvantage. I mean, really depends on if he gets the wall up. Obviously, he has an in-base expansion to play with, so it's not the end of the world if units show up. Can put this base down right now. A Marine comes over, but that is going to be a Zealot out and currently waiting. Factory goes down for ByuN. I mean, surely we're walled off before anything else really happens here. Yeah, I guess we have a chance to maybe open those minerals? Question mark? I mean, it's going to take a bit. I don't think so, though. Huh. Well, now we see the Stargate proxy as well, so maybe it's all starting to come together as to what herO's plan is, which is actually just be even more aggressive than initially expected. Start firing away, just going to be seeing a couple of SCVs pulling forward. They're going to come through. Marine's going to go after that Zealot. Well, the Stalker just going to continue to go on after the depot, so depot taking a few more shots. SCVs are going to pull in, repair this depot up a little bit. Pull around. Stalker trying to get that SCV, not quite able to. SCV pulling away, the other SCVs pull out of there as well, so just backing it up for the moment. You know, see good pressure, and if you do break through, the Void Ray is then on the way to kind of capitalize on that as a follow-up as well, so across the board, this really does look pretty decent. As a couple Marines continue through, this Cyclone pops out, is going to launch onto the Stalker. Get rid of the Zealot, the Stalker's still flying around, the depot's still taking shots. More Marines coming about. Just going to have the Marines trying to use high ground here. I mean, Cyclones are going to be so important because Cyclones are the unit that really can, from afar, maybe deal with those Void Rays. Again, the bunker going to be a big part of this as well. Here is our Cyclone. Locks on just one of the Stalkers trying to get rid of the ground forces. Still have Marine count looking reasonable. Will feel a lot better for ByuN once he has the bunker up, though. That would go a long way to helping him to defend right now. So, kind of just hoping to see that for him fairly soon. But it gets denied, which means that's going to be so much tougher because now the Marines don't have a safe haven to sit in. Otherwise, they could have really done a lot from that. More batteries coming up. Obviously, they only spawn in with half energy. Jorge pushes the barracks back. The Marines, the Cyclone still coming through. More shots react to taking damage. And the Cyclone continue to come about. That Void Ray force is still taking shots as well, so Void Ray is still taking a couple extra hits, and Marines trying to come back through. At the end of the day here, what's being lost? I mean, you lost a Cyclone, 4 Marines already. Not really anything lost from herO. Now he gets the Void Rays to the natural mineral line. Cyclone gets force fielded, so it's going to go down as well, and ByuN is going to be lacking units to really defend. He's going to pull SCVs to help him against these gateway forces, but that might just be too late already. 8 SCVs have gone down, and Well, now we're just going to see the Void Rays able to make their way onto that bunker. So bunker will go down as well. GG says ByuN, and herO picks game number 1 of this best of 3. Pieces in the bottom left, up 1. And red Protoss player here is herO. Taking on the blue Terran in the top right. It is ByuN. Obviously, I'm very surprised to see a similar game as to what we just saw. Imagining this one is going to be a lot different, so figure that out in a couple of moments. Anyway, double gas, racks and a gas. All this getting set up here initially. We get that underways. Do just have our gateway and the pylon coming up as well. So again, a little bit of everything settling in for the moment. Gate pylon and the gas coming through from herO. Pylon over in the corner. Yeah, we get ourselves settled down. Cybercore is going to be coming through. So Cybercore gets started here. Again, the orbital command, the command center continues to come about for the moment. Just bringing all that through. Bringing all of this in. Let me drop down a cheeky little Nexus on the natural. So Nexus, command center, factory on the way. Everything looking pretty regular for the moment. Stargate is coming up. Nexus is still building through. The Adept on the way as well. We get all of that settled in. Pro patrolling on the front lines, and again the factory about to finish up too in the next moment or so. And that factory completed. That will give us an idea of what ByuN wants to go for. Opens with a Hellion and a Starport. Could just be one Hellion to help him scout and then into a Widow Mine drop. I'd say that that's a fairly likely situation based on what we see here. So I'd imagine that might be part of the plan. Our probes get back into the main, so it's going to move around up as well. Oracle coming up, the Warp Gate coming through, Adept also coming along with that. A couple more Marines get back across here, so I'm just going to join up as well. For the moment. Looking good while doing so. SCVs producing out of the command center, and again still got the Oracle flying through factory. Phoenix coming up, Warp Gate coming in, more Marines on production as well. Phoenix still coming about here as we just have the Oracle heading to the upper side. Oh, we got gateways coming in. Phoenix building, Warp Gate building. The whole game just kind of settling. Not really much to say. I mean, I guess we got the Raven, has the Widow Mine drop too. Phoenix obviously going to be good to hunt down that Raven. Going to be good against the Widow Mine drop as well. So just a lot of potential there in general as these couple of Widow Mines will unload. We do see the Oracle activating through to just jump onto a few SCVs and Marines already. Marines come back over though, pushing the Oracle away. And Oracle gets back onto the natural for the foreseeable future, where it's going to go for a little bit of extra damage still. Just for now. Nothing overly crazy, obviously just a couple of shots here and there, a couple of nibbles. Like I say, nothing too major across the board just yet. Medevac gonna come and heal up a few of those Marines as well, so just gonna put a little bit of healing out. We do have the Oracle dropping a Revelation down one more time. That's a great double Widowmine shot. Gonna grab a couple of Phoenix there, actually. So that really does net some damage. That's actually one of the better little shots you maybe could have found right there on that. So that works out nicely. We've got the Stimpak and Combat Shield going through. The Phoenix gonna go, and how we just get aggressive here is herO just across the map. I mean, losing a Phoenix is not slow him down. Losing a couple of Phoenix not slow him down too much. The only things he's lost in ByuN, he's gonna end up losing a good chunk of SCVs here. So 9 workers going down. The Phoenix go for a little bit of a recall. Now this Phoenix is gonna find the Raven just cruising about as well. It's just gonna try and get on top of that. Three probes went down, but again, so many SCVs going down in comparison. So that is a huge deal. Let's just have again Stimpak Combat Shield still coming about. The Twilight Council and our Forge building. Well, it's definitely been a successful start for herO. Now, he does have a lack of army supply, and this Bioforce across the map could cause some trouble. Only 4 Phoenix, so you don't have a lot of lifts available necessarily. That was one of the things that was maybe keeping you in a good spot before in terms of being able to get some stuff done. So, well, this does take an interesting moment or two as we dive in. Super Battery will not last long. The Zealot will die. And yeah, the Phoenix are having to run back here. Now we're going to be able to target Phoenix down as they fly in as well. So that's also going to be a little bit of a bonus. Everything you do in regards to that is generally a positive right now. As the medevac now it does get chased away, but 17 probes fell. So ByuN gets in for some pretty darn major damage. I mean, it doesn't get too much better than that. That really is pretty neat. So very good damage there for ByuN. He gets really in strong for the counter. Nicely done. Puts him in a good position. Definitely sets him up into a nice spot. I think you're not upset about that, honestly. I mean, it really undoes a lot of what herO's done thus far in the game. Now you're only 6 workers behind. 3rd CC is a building. Of course, Protoss already has the 3 bases, so I guess herO will reset this economy a little bit more quickly right now. This one attack about to finish from ByuN, and a couple more barracks are still coming up as well. The Oracle here at the front is going to fly in, but just drops a Revelation before getting cleaned up as well, so not too much to really be said about that one continuing through. Phoenix continue across. It's going to be seeing our gateways coming about as well. So all that is establishing as Phoenix will keep the map control. And herO looks to get himself ready beyond that. So getting that going. Just going to be seeing the charge, the +1 coming through also. And it is going to mean that herO is also getting just powered up. So looking better and better. +1 armor coming about also now, like mentioned. As the Phoenix come in and getting a couple of lifts going too. Yes, if he's a pulling, so ByuN is just going to be sending it. He is absolutely ready to just commit, so let's see if that's going to be enough. As they do go, pushing forwards, we're going to be seeing few Zealots coming in. Now the SCVs do get in front. Splash damage is a lacking, right? So getting rid of those SCVs is actually going to be a little bit of a problem. That's what ByuN is banking on here for this fight, and you can see the probes are now pulling in too. Knocking down the Phoenix. They're not going to survive through this. I'm not really convinced at all that we're going to get enough to actually help, you know, really hold this. I mean, the Bio will continue to fight against those Stalkers. There's no healing left, though, so they're low HP. And we're not on top of the 3rd base either. Being over on this right side is actually maybe the worst position we could be in right now. It's just not quite what you want to be seeing. I think this might be a tough time for... Well, it's close, right? Like, I'm kind of believing because the low HP of these units feels like it should be a factor, but Widowmine goes off. Phoenix getting hurt again. It's just not a lot of, again, damage dealers because the Stalker count is low. So maybe the HP just doesn't matter. It doesn't matter at all, does it? It looks as though ByuN is, in fact, going to get the win on this. He is going to be able to come through victorious, and we get to go to game number 3 of this series. So we are going to go the full distance to... All right, decided map here. Winner gets to go play Oliveira in the next round, remember. here of today's event. That will be the lower bracket finals. Nightmare's waiting in the grand finals. Gets in the upper bracket final. It's the grand final that Nightmare has worked his way into. Will it be herO to play Oliveira, or will it be ByuN? Really felt as though, like, I didn't want to call it because I understood that there was more army supply still there for ByuN, but he had very weak units still, you know? I think that's what it came down to. That's why I wasn't comfortable calling it. Looking back, I think maybe it's always a bit too much bio to really expect, you know, someone to be able to overpower, but definitely felt close enough to kind of be cautious in terms of making a decision on who was going to win that one. As do you have now this game number 3 coming up. Oh, Gateway Barracks coming through for the moment, so we get all of that settled for now. Just gonna see how CV's mining away. A little bit of movement around the center. Again, Gateway and the Barracks continue to come around now, and got all of this settled in. Probe continues to the bottom right. Marine comes up on the Barracks, and the Cybercore coming through from herO. So Cybercore, Nexus continuing to get set up. Nexus is coming about. I'm still gonna be about halfway done there, so making some progress on that, getting some moves made. Just for the moment, as ByuN is gonna put the question mark down. What is going on? For Sweet Little Tournament. Yeah, it's a cool little event. It's not mine, just to make it clear. This is event run by some of the Chinese guys. Been a caster that's come around lately called Saber. I believe this is his tournament. He's been casting some of the open cups, and he's been asking to cast my events. And saw this, I was like, "Yo, can I cast?" He's like, "Absolutely," which is amazing. Just we haven't been able to cast the previous days because we've been again caught up in ESL and just other real life stuff. Because I had some plans this week before I knew this event would be happening. So. You know, it's ESL week, so don't usually expect to be able to stream much. But hell yeah, glad we're able to cover at least for this final day today. That's nice. Big plus if you ask me. Big fan of that. StarCraft is good. We do have a robo facility coming up from herO, so he is going to go into that robo as his initial tech choice, something that's just so much more common nowadays. See our observer Corona boosting out here as well, so that comes in. Let's see 2 Widow Mines then going across the map. We'll see if ByuN can find anything with that, although it stops for a second. Hallucination flying through, and Medevac's back on the move there. Looks like just a little mistake from ByuN for a moment or so. Something hopefully gets over nice and smoothly. Stalk firing, Medevac taking some hits. Do you see another couple Stalkers taking position as well? So they're going to be in position immediately, and that is going to be the Medevac again getting chased around. That's going to be very easily done so far. Well handled as the Raven is about to come online from ByuN, so we get that Raven up, get that underway. The Raven in the last game was able to get a few kills here and there. It was not really a bigger factor in the game, as sometimes a Raven is. And that Robo Bay is about halfway done. The Forge is about to complete. Our Nexus still coming through. And yeah, CC, extra barracks on the way as well, so we continue to bring all of that by just for the moment. Plus 1 attack coming through as well. Again, the Robo Bay, the Nexus continuing out for now. Again, all of this brought through. So far, so good. Auto turret is going to land. That's going to be a couple of probies getting blasted down, so probes will fall. Going to still see Stimpack Combat Shield going through as well, so you keep bringing this by. Again, +1 attacks and Thermalan's going through. The Colossus still building. We do see the 2 Widow Mines at this medevac moving up to the top. So, again, looking to try and find a way in with some Widow Mine action. Only 2 probe skills so far this game. The Raven hanging around the back. We'll be looking for more eventually. Units just everywhere from herO. So far, there is no opening to really be had here for ByuN. So, nothing he can really do just yet. So, unfortunately for him, no benefits from that. Medevac boosting one more time. Moving back down to the bottom side. Again, Stim +1 combat shield continues in. The orbital command is producing as well, so we get that coming in very, very soon as the medevac goes back up to the top. And getting ready to drop a couple of Widow Mines into play. Stalkers are going to be here to deflect that medevac. And so that gets turned around pretty easily. Just turns around pretty much, well, yeah, just straight away turned around, so really decent job on that one. The hallucination is going to check what's up on the other side. Medevac is still trying to find a way, and sentries get the kill in the end. Marine tank force still moves through. The medevac's still up overhead. Charge +1 armor coming about here. 2 more gateways still coming online. Forge is also building. Let's have ourselves Temple Archives will drop down into the main base, so that will be there too. Hallucination still gets pushed around. We are going to be seeing a few Marines that's going to be there to obviously help chase that hallucination away. And charge coming up, +1 armor on the way. Mortal Temple Archives, couple extra gates. All of this being brought up for now. So you just got that Ob sieging into the bottom left-hand side. Again, a couple of Vikings coming about. The tank and the +1 armor will be a big part of this right now. As the triple auto turret will actually be able to get rid of a few probes shooting through that battery healing. That's going to be no problemo for triple auto turret. Auto turret really is very substantial. More bio gathers. Again, we set up for a few more moments here. Go's still on the way. +1 armor is coming through. Bringing that up as best as we can here currently is, we just say, another CC coming out to the front, so get that started. It's still honestly a very passive game. We've seen a Widow Mine drop get cleaned up, and other than that, it's been very minimal outside of that Raven harassment. Both players are going to get into their larger armies. We are going to get to see both players have a good shot at, again, a deeper stage of this game is continue through. Just going to be seeing that Prism speed is coming up, so here we'll have options there as well. Here giving himself some of those options and chances. Let's have ourselves the Archon still being morphed in as well. Marauders, Marines, the Viking coming through. Just going to have the Stalkers back out into the center. It's one more Nexus into the bottom left-hand corner as well. So that's just going to get set up. And a little bit of bio comes over. It's going to knock down an Observer as well. It's just going to take that out of the way for the moment. Nicely handled. I will just get rid of those few zealots over on the far right-hand side, so we get rid of that nice and quick. And just have this army just sitting out the front here. A load of turrets will go down. Probe's already going to start taking a few shots of damage as well, so a few extra hits coming through on that one as come back across. Tank shots are looking reasonable, and of course I'm just going to knock down a sensor tower, so we will take that sensor tower out. Vikings on the bottom side are going to go for the Prism, and they are going to get it. Nicely done. Nice catch on the Prism is always a big plus. I still see the rest of the Sonic continuing through the center now, still looking to keep a move on. Well, herO just pushing himself straight into position now. We're not going to be seeing the CC taking quite a lot of shots. He is going to go down, so goodbye fourth base. As the bio comes up and we do a gameplay cleanup there, so just going to get a little bit more done. And pretty reasonable thus far. Still getting that blink coming out. And that +3/+3 coming through too. Robo facility is also in production, making 2 more robo facilities, so we're going to see a lot more action in that regard. Expecting that to be a big deal here in the next few moments. We still just have this couple of Zealots getting turned away. Disruptor shot fires through. Not quite going to land either. Stalkers, Colossi coming across. Tank shots are good on towards that Protoss army. Just getting a little extra bits dealt here. Kind of back to the point of just waiting to see what our next move may be. Prism is obviously lurking. I mean, herO is very ready to try and attack on in. It's obviously looking pretty noteworthy right now. Well, he is not far from making that kind of a move. I've be seeing all the bio coming through. A couple of SCVs get dropped down. Oh, Vikings still able to try and hold position. That's one of the things they're really just aiming for here. A chance to just say, no, 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 no. We can keep the Colossi away, and if we can keep the Colossi away, we can stay alive. ByuN's supply is still decent. Obviously, the bank of herO is building up. He's getting more bases. He's getting stacked defense on those bases, so it's becoming more and more difficult to do much here. See our bio ghosts coming around as well. We've got a 3/3 coming by at the moment. Big shots coming up. Just going to be seeing a couple of disruptive shots coming through as well, so we will get this all settled down. Looks as though, well, ByuN is indeed going to be able to push this whole army back. Oh my god, we target the disruptors. Every time we get rid of disruptor, that's a huge win. Every time a disruptor goes down is one less of the big things that can really have an impact. We have to lift here from the disruptor flank though. So that's going to be the current problem. That's going to be the current issue. As our 3/3 continues in. +2 ship weapons coming about. Our Vikings and our Marines and Marauders all come through as well. Bioforce continues to come up. We just see ourselves the command center dropping down into the front. So that's going to be a 5th base ready and for the moment as well. So 5th base gets going. More Stalkers in production right now, so many Stalkers being brought up. The army of herO wraps around the right-hand side. EMP goes down as well. We'll see a couple of disruptive shots flying through. The bio able to back away. Again, Shadow Stride, +1 shields, +2 ship weapons. I mean, still a couple of Zealots over here getting blasted down as well. Another disruptive shot will fire but not land on anything as we do knock down these rocks. And herO, I mean, thing is, he is really opening up this map. He's just got so many bases. And we're seeing our Vikings continue to come about here. CC is going to get cancelled up. Plenty of DTs are going to make their way down to the bottom, so that's going to be something that herO can afford right now as well. He's going to jump in. Planetary Fortress is going to get jumped on. Yeah, I mean, you just can't deal with this amount of DTs. ByuN doesn't have the numbers to split up properly. More disruptors go down. As the turret's getting shot at. Sentry in trouble. Shadow Stride is still coming up. Marine Marauder coming through. Ghost is coming in. I mean, ByuN still supply is competitive, but I mean, he's basically all in. herO is going to have money going at any point. Like, here's the thing. At any point in time right now, herO's going to have income coming off of all these bases. He's almost always going to be able to play cleanup. As that's a disruptor shot and a half as well. We didn't even really need it. herO is looking absolutely spot on here, guys, to take this best of 3. And if he takes this best of 3, then this is a knockout on ByuN. It would be herO versus Oliveira for our next round of action. Next, and the disruptor coming about. DT is going to go onto this base. CC going to get jumped on there as the scan comes about. Just have our Prism setting up in the main with a warp. And I mean, honestly, I don't even know if we need moves like this. A push in the front is likely going to be enough. Stalkers blink in. It is only Stalkers, so the tech is maybe not quite as good. There's an Archon and a few Zealots and a Destroyer. I guess there's just Stalkers, but it's still pretty overall limited amounts of tech. The plus size showing up though, and that is going to apparently be enough to get the GGs. herO is going to go 2-1 over ByuN, and herO will survive to play again.